Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got a great story out of a small local news company. I love these stories because I love talking about regional news stories because they tend to cover the topics prior to when the mainstream is covering it, right? When a lot of those small news organizations start coming together with the same stories, finally the big boys come out. And this is about real estate. This is about sales waning and the price. It's titled Recent Home Buyers Predicted to Break Even If Selling Now. Realtors Encourage Long-Term Investing. Guys, also, if you bought the real estate crash course, I just uploaded 2 new lessons to it. If there's more of those 80% off coupons while we're pre-filming, cool. If not, after they're done, it'll go back up in price. So if you want to take a look at the link, cool. But just so you guys know, if you bought the course, the lessons are up there. All right, it says right here, now this is out of Murfreesboro, that's a heck of a name, Tennessee. It says Middle Tennessee has been one of the hottest housing markets in the country and one of the hottest spots in Rutherford County. But as the market starts to see us cool down, real estate experts are sharing advice for people who bought during the high. Now I'm going to explain in a second why this is a very interesting pivotal part. And again, this is happening in the middle of the country where all the time people were telling me, Ninja, no, home prices are not going to fall all over the country. They're only going to fall in like the hot markets like California and New York. But this time is literally different. This is so much bigger and so much worse than what we went through in the buildup to 2008, all right? The Great Recession, the mortgage-backed security crisis, right? This is all over. There are hot markets all over the country, all right? It says right here, for the last decade, realtor John Turner said, Murfreesboro's, I gotta read that a couple times, sorry. Housing growth has been explosive. He says, I've been a realtor since 2000, and Murfreesboro has always been a very desirable area. A lot of it has to do with our pricing. We've been very affordable, said Turner, with the Turner Victory team at Parks Real Estate. Back when he started, Turner remembered new homes selling for $75,000. Since then, prices have shot up exponentially. In 2008, even after the economic downturn, the average sales price in Rutherford County was $180,000. Last year, average sales price was about $430,000. So now think about this. After the downturn of 2008, the prices had pulled back to $180,000, right? Now we're looking at $430,000. To say it is worse, now think about this too. How much has the average salary went up from 2008, 2009 till now? Think about that. What drove this were exceptionally low mortgage rates, all right? That is what I'm wanting to get you ready for, to see you take this all in as the big picture of real estate cycles and then understand and have conviction, right? Knowledge, which leads to conviction during the point where you're being patient and about to pounce, all right? This is awesome. And again, in Tennessee, in the middle of the country. So it says right here, over a year ago, we saw 21% appreciation in homes in our area in 1 year. It's unheard of. Before that, the 2 previous years, you were in the neighborhood of 10 to 12%. That's great news for anyone who bought in the past several years, but for people who bought more recently, they face a tougher situation. It says today, I would say that if you bought in the last year and a half, you'll probably break even. Give or take just a little bit. This is not like 2008, 2009 where prices decreased 10%, 12%, 14%. It's more of a leveling off. Now I'm gonna respectfully disagree with him. He has no concept of what's going on. And this is why I know this is not a leveling off. The reason why everything fell in 2008, 2009 was because the Fed went from a quarter, 25 basis points on their Fed funds rate up to, I don't even remember the number, but I want to say it was 2.25%, 2.5%, right? Which brought a mortgage from high 4s up to 7 at the peak, right? So by 2006, people couldn't afford their adjustable rate mortgages. They couldn't afford getting a new 30-year fixed, right? Because the adjustable rates had adjusted, the 30 years were outrageous, and that coupled with the higher prices, everything fell. Now it took a couple years. To say that what has happened in the last year is historic when the Fed started running their rates up, also bringing the 10-year bond up, and on top of that, the selling from Japan and other countries and their treasury bonds that are also keeping that 10-year bond elevated, and I believe it's going to go much higher. To say that this is worse is an understatement. But again, you're dealing with real estate agents, right? I'm a real estate agent. I'm a horrible one because I'm an investor too. I'm more of an investor than a real estate agent. I'm not joking. I look at the downside and I get excited and I'm licking my chops. The real estate agents are always looking for, it's like, and this is what this is going to tell you. Look at the long term. Look at the long term. I say, screw the long term, look at the short term cycles and flip your real estate and make tons of money. That is why I made the real estate crash course, to give people really the idea of how important it is, how much more money you can make when you sell at the top and buy at the bottom. And there is evidence of when you're at the top and evidence of when you're at the bottom. I can't make this stuff up. This is literally how it works. Now it says right here, right now, real estate experts say if you recently bought, your best bet is to hang on to your home and allow it to appreciate over time. Turner predicts as interest rates drop, values will bounce back. He's absolutely correct. However, what Turner is not telling you is the Fed always, when they hit their top and they broke in the market, they level off and wait. And that amount of time causes panic in sellers. And I'm telling you right now, the people that bought and now their prices, they got all excited, oh man, we just made 10% and now it's back to even. The second they see it dip, they're gonna go through an emotional shock, a psychological shock, and they're gonna go, what were we thinking? And they're going to start to sell and they're gonna become panic sellers. We saw this exact same scenario play out in 2006. It is going to be much bigger and there's gonna be much more opportunities this time around. And that's why I'm excited about it. And it's so easy to see these cycles if you're around an investor. But if you're around a real estate agent, no, you're not going to see that, because most real estate agents, they're not investors. It says right here, long-term prices go up, prices go down. But long-term in our area, you will see somewhat between 5% and 6% appreciation. He's absolutely true. Over the long term, you will see that. The problem is, I don't care. That's not where the big money is made. Big money is not made keeping up with inflation or a little bit above it. The big money is made selling at the top, buying back at the bottom, and then taking that money from the top and 10xing your property holdings at the bottom. Now then, when that goes back up, think about how much value you have. We're talking millions and millions of dollars instead of $100,000 in appreciation. That's what I want to see you guys do. All right, guys, if you want a link down below, we're still doing the pre-filming course because I literally have 90% of the videos up at the editor, and he's working through this as fast as he can. Once he's done, the price goes up. I just don't want to hear anybody later go, hey, I missed out, because you had plenty of time. All right, guys, I'll put that link below. I thank you so much for watching. The Real Estate Ninja is out.